This is the New Balance 530 Salehe Bembury Prosperity Be the Price. And these were released in 2023. And they were a lifestyle budget shoe, so the 530 was released I think a couple of years ago. And this one being a Salehe Bembury collab, obviously it's going to be slightly more elevated. And this one is been inspired by the bamboo forest in Kyoto from what I've read online, and you can sort of see that from the box as well. The presentation on the box is really nice, and typically, you know, sort of a New Balance type Salehe Bembury style box. So, you know, overall, you know, the presentation on it is really cool. So with the details, it comes in a dusty yellow and celery green colourway. But there are sort of other colourways on the sneaker, such as sort of pink and this purple colour and green on there as well on the bottom, and then this almost sort of light blue type colour. And these have sort of basic technology really, so it's got an ABZORB midsole, which is more for impact protection really, so it's quite sort of on the firm side, not too soft, so I would imagine it's EVA foam on the inside, and then you've got the TPU plate running through the middle as well. And it's using sort of suede and textile materials, and they feel quite nice to the touch actually. I think the quality of the overall materials is good. And the price on these were £120, which is slightly higher than a normal 530. So with the comfort and sizing, this is pretty much on the medium side. There isn't sort of too much give to it. I would say it's kind of similar to, I suppose, a 1906R or 2002R, but maybe slightly more firmer than those, and kind of gives you that almost sort of budgety sort of feel. There isn't too much sort of give to the midsole as an example, and obviously there's not much tech in there, so you know, it's still sort of medium side. It's not really firm in my opinion, and it has sort of neutral arch support, so these have like a cork insole which feels nice on the foot and just sort of quite sort of neutral as well. You know, there's no sort of really arch support in there. These are meant for more sort of lifestyle wear really. And I do recommend going true to size. Potentially you can even go half size down. I felt like they were quite big. This one is, you know, a UK 7.5, which is a US 8, and I usually wear, you know, 7.5s in sort of mesh runners, but this one actually feels quite big for me, and I probably potentially would have went down to a UK 7, which is like a US 7.5. And no wearing time for these. I think the upper of the silhouette is really wide actually, and you know, works well, and no issues, you know, with any kind of sort of pressure points. And also, you know, this is like loose laced at the moment, but even if I tighten these, I think it would be fine. And the traction, you know, much like any other New Balance sneaker, it's really well done. Again, quite sort of low to the ground, so it's quite nice in that respect. So with the look and style, it's got a zesty colourway, and in typical fashion, it's got the Salehe Bembury fingerprint marks on there as well, which is his touch. And the overall sort of presentation of it, I'm not too much of a fan of this particular silhouette, and for me it's not the greatest, but this one being a collab is slightly I suppose elevated, I guess, with the materials and just like the overall colourway. And from the top down view, almost, you know, this feels like a, you know, takedown of a 2002R, I guess, compared to the 740, which is more of a sort of takedown of a 1906R. And these are good for sort of spring, summertime. There's a lot of breathability within the mesh, and you can sort of see it's got this honeycomb-like structure going on, and you know, the holes on here feel really breathable compared to other trainers. And it's a good casual sneaker really, because it's quite loud as well. And this goes great with the yellow laces. There's no extra laces in there, but there's no reason why you can put in a pair of white or green, and maybe even like purple if you wanted to go a bit different. So with the final thoughts, I mean, I like the zesty colours on this. I think it's quite cool, and you know, pops. And the materials on this premium, where there isn't mesh, you know, the other materials on here is typically New Balance quality. The suede feels really nice to the touch and very sort of plush. And just the overall sort of Salehe touches, you know, I think one of those things, even with the colourway, it's not something that I would, you know, really wear myself, but the colourway on this is, you know, it's obviously unique and different, and matches the sort of bamboo shoots, but also, you know, just the presentation, like I said, is overall pretty good. With the cons, I think the comfort, it's not like horrible, don't get me wrong, but it's not like anything mind-blowing either. So for me, you know, it's a minor point, but you know, these are fine for like everyday wear. So with the look and style, I'm going to give it a 3. Reason being is I'm just not a fan of this particular silhouette, and I think even if I didn't have this Salehe Bembury version, You know, I probably wouldn't have picked them up in all honesty. It's more the fact that the top-down view looks really nice. It's more the side panels. I just don't like this look really. It's just not sort of gelling with me. And you know, it's got basic sort of tech in there, and I think, you know, there's other runners that I'd rather sort of pay, you know, to buy sort of on sale. And the comfort, I'm going to give it a 4. It's not like I said, horrible. It's fine for everyday use, and you're not going to go wrong with them. They, you know, feel quite comfortable, quite sort of lightweight. And the quality, I'm going to give it a 5. Like I said, it's got mainly sort of mesh upper, but the overall materials on this is done really, really nice. So, you know, I can't really knock it for that. And same for the pricing, £120. I mean, the sort of GR versions retail for about £100. So this being about 120 for the collab with the extra materials on there, you know, is probably about right, I suppose. But just depends on, you know, if you're a fan of either sort of Salehe Bembury or this particular silhouette. And that's why overall I give it the score a 4. I think if it was a GR version, I'd probably be giving it a 3. But, you know, it's elevated in some respects because of the materials and, you know, what you get overall in terms of its package. So you can't go too wrong with it. But this particular sneaker I picked up in sale, and, you know, it's one of those sort of sneakers that you know, if you're sort of after, you know, something like this, or you're collecting the Salehe Bembury stuff, then it's worth it. But other than that, you know, I think if I didn't grab them on sale, then I probably wouldn't buy them.